So, have you ever wondered how a hacker actually takes over an entire website without even needing a password? It often comes down to one single, tiny, overlooked flaw. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how it's done, using a really powerful tool that basically turns the web inside out. So, let's meet Sally. She's a super passionate artist, and she just launched her absolute dream, an online store to sell her amazing paintings. It's brand new, it looks fantastic, and you know what? She's incredibly proud of it, as she should be. And then there's Kim. Kim's an ethical hacker. Now what does that mean? It means he's one of the good guys, hired to think like a bad guy to find security holes before the real criminals do. We're about to watch step by step as he uncovers a massive vulnerability on Sally's shiny new site. So what we have here are two very different perspectives. We've got Sally, the founder, who's confident her site is safe and sound, and then we have Kim, the hacker, who's getting paid to find out if she's right. Now, Kim has no special access here. He's not an employee, he doesn't have a login, he's just another anonymous visitor clicking around. But he's not browsing like you and I would. He's using a special tool that lets him see everything happening under the hood, and that tool is called Burp Suite. So, what is this thing, Burp Suite? Well, think of it like a powerful magnifying glass for the internet. It lets you see this invisible conversation that's constantly happening between your browser and any website you visit. At its very core, Burp Suite is what we call a middleman. It very cleverly wedges itself right between your browser and the website server. This means absolutely nothing gets from you to the website or from the website back to you without it seeing everything. And because it's the middleman, it has some incredible power. It can see every single bit of data your browser sends out. But not just see it, it can actually pause that data in midair, change it to whatever it wants, and then send it on its way. And the crazy part? The website on the other end has no idea anything was changed.
You know, Burp Suite isn't just one single tool. It's more like a whole Swiss Army knife for hackers. It's got tools like Intercept to pause and mess with live web traffic, Repeater to resend requests with little tweaks, and even Intruder to automate thousands of attacks. And all the while, it's logging every single thing, giving the hacker a perfect roadmap of how the website works.
To really get our heads around this, let's see it in action with a super simple example. This is the core concept, right here, that makes all the scary stuff possible. All right, imagine you go to a search engine and you type in Paris. Your browser sends that request out, but with Burp Suite's Intercept on, it catches that request before it even reaches the server. Inside Burp, you can literally just delete Paris and type New York. Then you click forward. The server receives a request for New York and sends you back results for New York. It has absolutely no clue you originally asked for Paris. You've just manipulated a live web request. Simple, right? Okay, so changing a search term is one thing. Kinda neat, but not a big deal. But what happens when we apply that exact same intercept and modify power to something way more important, like a website's login page?
This is it. Kim's target is the front door of Sally's whole operation, the login page. This is where the site is supposed to be smart, to separate random visitors from trusted users, and most importantly, administrators. For a hacker, this is the ultimate prize. So Kim is going to test for a really common and really dangerous vulnerability called SQL injection. And all that is an attack where you trick a website by sending it database commands disguised as normal stuff, like, say, an email address.
And this right here, this is the weapon. It might look like total gibberish, but these few characters are basically a master key. It's a tiny piece of SQL code, the language of databases, and it's designed to just completely confuse the system and bypass its security. Let's break down exactly how this works, because it's actually pretty brilliant. On the left, you see a normal query. The database is looking for a user where the email is a specific thing and the password is a specific thing. Simple enough. But look at the right. Kim's code has completely changed the question the database is being asked. So, here's the magic trick. That little part that says or 1 equals 1 completely transforms the logic. The database is no longer looking for a specific user. Now it's asking, does a user exist with the email A? Or is 1 equal to 1? Well, 1 always equals 1, right? So the answer is always true. Then, that little double dash, that's a comment in SQL. It tells the database to just ignore everything that comes after it. And what comes after it? The password check. Poof, gone. So here's the final move. Kim goes to the login page. He types in any old fake password, turns on Burp Suite's Intercept, and clicks Login. Burp freezes the request, and right there in the email field, he swaps out his fake email with that magic little line of code, or 1 = 1 --. Then he just clicks forward. So, the website server gets this manipulated request. It takes that malicious code and it sends it right to the database. The database looks at it, sees that 1 = 1, and just says, yep, that's true. And just like that, the website's defenses are completely bypassed. And boom, he's in. But here's the kicker. He's not logged in as some random customer. The website, totally confused by that query, has logged him in as the very first user in its database. And who is almost always the very first user account created on any website? The administrator. And this is why this is so dangerous. As the admin, Kim now has the keys to the entire kingdom. He can see all the customer data, credit cards, addresses, he can view orders, change the website, and he can even lock Sally, the actual owner, out of her own store. Total control. The takeaway here is actually kind of staggering. One single line of code, typed into a normal email field, was enough to compromise the entire website. And it only happened because the website blindly trusted the input it was given, without ever stopping to check if it contained dangerous commands.
So you see, what Kim did here wasn't magic. It was a methodical process, using a powerful tool to exploit a very common weakness. And it kind of leaves us with a pretty critical question to think about. Just how secure are the websites that you and I trust with our data every single day? How many of them have a similarly unprotected front door just waiting for someone to try the lock?